Understanding fire is the first step to individual survival and to the effective control of fires, preventing escalation through appropriate intervention.
In the petrochemical industry these days, should there be a spillage and it should ignite, the first people on the scene would be the workers themselves, so it's extremely important that they would be the first form of attack against the fire.
Brake seal and remove security clip.
Right.
Squeeze trigger.
Yeah.
Direct at base of fire.
We provide the practical training for them, give them the skills that should a fire occur in their workplace or whilst they're dealing with the petrochemical products and so on, that they know exactly what to do. So the practical sector of the firefighting is extremely important to them in that volatile situation that they work under.
Although the administrative members of the team may never actively be in operational circumstances, they have a need to understand risks faced by partners and colleagues who work in risk-assessed areas. The hands-on exercise gives them all the skill to make an initial safe and effective intervention to prevent escalation.
I've had a little bit of experience on fires and the heat levels and stuff, but it's a good thing to refresh every now and again.
To me, it was all about controlling the house, the way you manage, the way you surely, in a situation, you need strength in it, and more training.
The object of this exercise is to show you why I'm saying it's so vitally important that you link and you talk all the time. The exercise that they're carrying out at this moment now is in what we call the smoke room, and it's to show people the importance of communication when you're trying to evacuate, when you're trying to find some lost colleague in a blacked out situation. Very good. Right. Excellent. How long?
The maze may only be 12 meters long, but the disorienting factors of complete darkness and smoke are perceptions of time and distance.
I find it actually quite interesting. It's probably worse if there was heat and real smoke. It probably would have been worse, but I actually find it quite exciting.
The linking up and having Lindsay's voice, and Lindsay was quite reassuring and determined, and I think that definitely took the majority of the panic away.
The final lesson of the day deals with personal survival skills. A controlled fire in a closed container simulates a ship-like steel enclosure, letting the team experience how fire behaves in a confined space.
I think the best thing to remember is that you've got to stay low and keep below what they call the thermal layer, which is the heat barrier near to the ceiling.
The greatest danger lies in a thermolayer of superheated air, which develops less than a meter above floor level. Beneath this, survival is possible. To move into the thermal layer would be instantly fatal.
It's just awareness in terms of, instead of panicking and stand up, being awareness of the heat wave. The heat wave will knock you and such that you won't able to run further. So the awareness is to be in touch with the ground, with the floor.
Water has to be kept out of the thermal layer, where it would instantly turn into superheated steam.
You've got to give it a couple of bursts, make sure that you kill the initial flame, watch it for a couple of seconds, give it another few bursts, and then hopefully it should be out.
Well, it gives one an appreciation of, what could happen in real life and how one can react, and if you react properly, that you can actually control potential threat.
Well, it gives us the opportunity to see what exactly happens in this type of situation.
It's nice to get the practical hands-on experience, because quite often we're stuck in the office quite a lot, and we don't get that opportunity to get the hands-on experience.
Because we normally just read about it on emails, about spills and stuff like that. So it's a good thing to see what goes into clearing up these problems.
The biggest learning, recently I lost a niece on the fire in Kailicha. Apparently, it was a similar situation with the heat wave. That's a real killer. So if we could be more aware of the heat wave, I think we could easily survive the fire.